A marquee matchup in the Valley. Welcome into sports, everyone. Two Imperial Valley League teams squared off tonight in El Centro as the regular season is reaching its close and the push for the postseason is underway. To Southwest High School we go. Eagles baseball welcoming in their IVL rival in the Brawley Wildcats. Two top three teams in the Imperial Valley going at it right here. Starting in the top of the second, Eagles up 1-0. Matthew Gutierrez sends this over to left field just past third base. Wildcats get a leadoff base hit. Later in the inning, it's going to be 2 outs, runners on second and third. Aiden Torres swings here and pops this up in the infield. This should end the inning, but the Eagles lose it in the lights. That will fall down. 2 runs come across to score. And meanwhile, Torres is actually going to get caught sleeping back at first. Seems like it's going to be a bit of a pickle here. Donovan Navarrete makes the throw for the Eagles. Torres tagged out to end the inning. Odd play, but it gives Brawley a 2-1 lead. Top of the third now, Tanner Courier. He's going to give this pitch a deep right out to left center field. But here comes Kenneth Urquidez running in to make the catch. 1 away for the Eagles after that good play. So at this point in the game, Brawley's still up 2-1, and that would end up being your final score. Wildcats come out on top. Here we go on a windy evening. Courtney Reed and the 23rd ranked team in 6A on the road to visit Courtney Plosh and the 22nd ranked team in 5A, the Kofa Lady Kings. Bottom first, Kofa already with a run on and a throwing error. Caitlin Piaceno lifts one high in the air and shallow, but gets down for a base hit as Haley Alvarez comes in to score. Big blow for the Kings lineup, though, as Alvarez would not return due to an arm injury. Top half of the second, Hawks down 2-0 with Amy Cisneros on second. Reagan Rosas with an absolute screamer to center, and that will trickle to the fence. Cisneros scores, and the Gila Ridge Hawks cutting the lead in half. Fast forward to top of the third, still 2-1 Kings until now. Addison Duke gets into one high and deep to right. You could tell that one goodbye. Touch 'em all, Addie, a solo shot, and we are all tied up at 2 apiece. Now in the fifth, we're still tied at 2. After a Kara Espino double, Isabella Beltran wants to trade places, finds the gap in right center as Espino comes around to score, and Beltran chugs in and slides safely into third for the go-ahead RBI triple. The Hawks would tack on 2 more to make it 5-2. Now in the 7th inning, Kings on their last breath with Stephanie Montoya at the plate, and look out. Deep into the night and gone. Montoya with home run number 4 on the year to give Kofa any sign of late life. But 2 batters later, as the tying run, it's going to be Isabella Fuentes up at the plate. She puts a drive into one to right field, but Espino is there, and that will do it. Gila Ridge hangs on 5-3, and they live on to tomorrow. Kofa still has a chance with 3 games to go, but the Hawk season will hang in the balance tomorrow with the trip to number 8 Shadow Ridge. Here's Coach Courtney Reed.
We don't even get to bask in the moment. We've got to get our minds right. We have that softball switch I talk about with them a lot. I honestly told them to dream about making plays, dream about seeing the ball at the plate. Just think about those things so that when we go into that game tomorrow, we're already there mentally. We just have to play sound softball, back to basics, routine plays, and then everything will fall into place.
The Hawks will fight for their state playoff life tomorrow, again at Shadow Ridge at 3:45. The Kings are back at home against Palo Verde. To some prep soccer news in front of a good crowd of teammates, coaches, and family outside of Rilo's gym this afternoon. Kofa's Evan LaRue made it official, signing his letter of intent to play college soccer at Gillette University, an NJCAA Division I school in Wyoming. LaRue now makes it 6 Kings who have made the commitment to play at the next level after developing his presence on the Kings' back end defensively. Outside of soccer, LaRue is also excited to further his academic career and open his mind to something different than Yuma. And his longtime coach, Jamie Nicewander, knows he's making the right decision and adding to the legacy of this senior group.
I'm super grateful. I never even would have thought I'd have the opportunity to play soccer in college. I just wanted to move away from Yuma and get out and see the world, and they offered me the chance. I just want to explore a different culture.
We're excited for him, and wherever he goes, he's going to do well. His approach to life and how he deals with things, he's going to do absolutely fantastic. Evan was part of that group that took a lot of pride in saying, hey, 5 guys signed last year. We can beat that. We can top that. You know, hold my Gatorade. You know, so they took a lot of pride this year in pushing themselves to excel and get better and better and make a deep run into semifinals.
LaRue plans on getting his associate's degree in computer engineering or go into a trade. We wish Evan the best of luck in his future endeavors, and we wait for at least one more King, Tiernan Nice Wonder, to make his decision on his future. That's all the time we have for sports.